On this video, we're going to go through the simplest way possible for you to get started in using vFAT. vFAT is an aggregator of a lot of, I'm not going to say majority, but a lot of liquidity pool providers and protocols. For example, Uniswap, Eurodrome, there's quite a lot of them. Before we get started, there are some variables that will affect your decision in using this platform. So the asset choice, the tokens you choose determine the pool's volatility, correction, and fee potential. I don't know your risk tolerance, how comfortable you are with risk. Could be a lot, could be small. What strategy you want to do. I mentioned several times on the channel the strategy in terms of, are you going to stack more of the same coin and compound it? Are you going to spend it? Are you going to stack something like BTC, or are you going to use it for diversification for other stocks? The market as well, obviously, time recording, we're in kind of a sideways and downwards market, which would obviously be different than if we're in a bull market. Again, you've got fee tiers that will affect it, position ranges. Again, that's up to you, what you kind of want to look at. Your capital allocation, how many pools are you having within your portfolio size, how much of your actual crypto portfolio are you putting into DeFi. Again, time horizon, are you looking at entering and exiting quickly? Do you see it as a long-term thing? How active you want to be with the time management of your liquidity pools? Do you want to be, updating it weekly, daily? Do you want to leave it for a long time? That would obviously affect the ranges. And then pool liquidity. There are certain rules, but obviously we guys teach in the 10K Fast Track, link in description if you want to join us, about minimum total value locked. And also, don't go chasing the yield is what we talk about. But again, I can't, I'm not the boss of you. What you want to do with your own crypto is completely up to you. But I'm going to show you now how to use it, right? There's no one size fits all. And that is a good thing about DeFi. Your keys, your coins, your rules. So as we go on to vFAT, it can seem to look complicated at first, but it isn't. It actually isn't. So what you'll do is whatever kind of asset you want to use in the liquidity pools, you can search for. There's different parameters depending on what chain you want to use as well. And I'm going to keep this as simple as possible, right? So let's just say you have Ethereum and you want to use it on Ethereum. You would go over to here, you would search chains, click Ethereum, and it will bring up all the Ethereum-based pools, right? You have got farms and you have got pools. Now the difference is, if we were to click on this particular farm, you will earn in a farm the native token of that platform. So for example, this one you would earn Cake, which is on PancakeSwap. And that is generally the process with the farms, right? Go over to Uniswap, and this is showing what you earn on this one. Bold. So you've just got to make sure on the farms you're actually aware of what you're earning. With the pools, a bit simpler, you earn what you put in. So if you deposit ETH and Aave, for example, into this pool, you're going to earn ETH and Aave back. Okay. With the filters as well, you can filter it by the different chains. So again, I don't know what coins you have, I don't know what chain they're on, but you would select the chain that your coins are on or that you want the coins to be on, whether it's Ethereum, base chain, Monad, Optimism, Hyper EVM, Arbitrum, for example, Avalanche. Yeah. And you can set it by the TVL, total value locked in the platform, 7 days fees, average APR, etc. So let's say you go on here, you've got Ethereum and you want into this Aave Ethereum based pool. Click on it. And then what you would do is have a look at the parameters. So it's an average 26% APR, 30% range. And if you're okay with testing this, that's what you need to do. Put a small amount in. So select an asset to deploy. So, if you're on the Ethereum mainnet, that means you can put ETH in. I've not got any on Ethereum, but you'd select it on here. Or if you've got both, Aave and ETH, select your ranges, and then you would obviously deposit into the pool if that's what you're looking to do. I'll show you one on base chain because that's what I'm on. I'll be able to show you what comes up for me if I want to enter any particular pools. So for example, this one here. I've got ETH on base chain. You can see it's popping up here. I can play about with the amount I want to put in. I've got the range here available, and as I change the range, it affects the APR here that is available to me. I click deposit, and then it will deposit the amount that I've specified on here to put into the pool. Again, test it with a small amount, observe how it behaves for a week or so, and then you know what the APR is. The APR will change daily, hourly, right? On here, it's saying I'm getting 80% APR for my particular pools that I've got at the moment. This is variable. Sometimes it's 40%, sometimes it's 100%. And what I reported last month, an average of 4.66% for the month that I was in. So if you work that out, roughly 5% over 12 months, that's around 60% APR that I was getting, which in a bear market on coins, you look at any other way to earn money in terms of, the world, whether it's, your bank or even if it's just staking in crypto, that is a pretty good amount. So that's how to kind of start it. And obviously there's active management that goes on with that. You may want to rebalance your pools, which you can do, withdraw, compound, etc. The main kind of features once you're in the pools is you can compound. So you can see I've got rewards of $38 in this pool. If I click to compound, it'll just compound that $38 into the pool. I can harvest it, which means that I will gain that $38 between ETH and Aave, do what I want with it, spend it, swap it, whatever, just keep it in my wallet. Or exit to ETH. So it will exit to Ethereum on base chain if I want to completely exit that pool. It's up to me, what I want to do. These are quite tight ranges. I rebalanced one the other day. I know people get worried about this. Oh my God, it's out of range, blah, blah. So this, I think it was this ETH Aave one, or it might have been the Keto one, was out of range. I rebalanced it and the impermanent loss was $5. Right, $5. It was out of impermanent loss. I lost $5, but I've already earned $50 from it anyway. So, that's just how it goes. You may want bigger ranges, so it stays in range longer for you. Again, I've got $1,800 in this, so I want tighter ranges on that. But again, like I've said, it's up to you what you want to do with the ranges. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just teaching you and educating you on how the system works, the strategies work, and the ongoing information that does change with these platforms. So that's pretty much how to get started with it from an easy, kind of bird's eye view access. There are a lot of advanced features on here, but I think for getting started and learning how this works, this is how to start. Get any questions, pop in the comments. See you very soon.